Hi, welcome to the session. Today we are going to see what is meant by methods. So I hope yesterday I told something about the methods. So today in depthly we are going to see what is meant by methods. So first come to the paint. So first I open the paint. So inside the paint. So first yesterday I hope we seen some small diagram of the methods. So today I will tell you another time. So what is a method? So what is a method? So method is going to perform a specific task or operation. So how many types of methods we are using? Two types of methods we are using. So one is a instance method, another one is a static method. So consider this is a method. So first I am mentioning method. So how many types of the methods we are using? So two types. So one is instance method, another one is static method. One is a instance method, another one is a static method. So again if you come to the instance, so again instance divided into two types. So again instance divided into how many types? Two types. So one is parameter method, another one is non-parameter method. When coming to the static, again static also divided into two types. So same like instance. Instance how many types it is divided? Two types. So one is a parameter, another one is non-parameter. So static also same. One is a parameter, another one is non-parameter. So just I am writing. So again if you come to the instance, so parameter, so parameter and non-parameter. So same static also parameter and so non-parameter. So static also parameter and non-parameter. So one more most important thing. So whenever we are declaring a method, so whenever you are declaring a method, so definitely method should have a return type. So definitely method should have a return type. So what is the return type of the method? One is a void, another one is return. So one is a void, another one is a return. So this void and return both are comes under keywords. So these both are keywords. So this both comes under keyword. So what is a method? Method is going to perform a specific task or operations. How many types of the methods we are using? Two types of methods we are using. So that is an instance method. Another one is static method. So again if you come to the instance. So instance divided into two types. So one is a parameter. Another one is non-parameter. So again if you come to the static. So static is a parameter and next one is non-parameter. So first we'll see today the difference between the instance method and static method. So first I'm going to the Eclipse. So first after opening the Eclipse, so I will show you. So what is a instance method? So what is parameter method? So how to call the methods. So now Eclipse is opening. So I hope everyone is clear with the methods diagram. So what is a methods diagram? So this is a method instance and static. So instance parameter, non-parameter. Static also parameter, non-parameter. So now the Eclipse is open. Here we are going to create the different types of methods. So just we created a package oops no. So go inside the oops package and create one new package for methods. So now I am creating one new package. So new package. I mention my package name is methods 1. So next I am giving new class. So I created my class name is A. So what is my class name here? My class name is A. So now inside a class I am declaring the instance method first. So first what I am doing, I am giving public void. So public void. So I am taking my method name is add. So now I am giving system.out.println. So add. So if I give inside the add, so what it is going to print in the output? Add. So if you want to call this instance method, so definitely we require the object. So what is the class name? A is a class name. So OB is an object. So equals to new. So again I am mentioning the class name. So now object dot. So what is the method name? So add. Add is a method name. So now if I run my program, so what it is going to print in the output? So add it is going to print in the output. So this is a which type of the method? So instance non-parameter. Instance non-parameter. So if I want to declare a parameter method, so now I am giving public void. So next I am taking some method name area, or I am taking some method name sum. So inside these two brackets, if you pass anything now, so that will become the parameter. So now here I am passing integer of a. So now integer a is one parameter. So now I am giving system.out.println a. So whenever you have taken your method is a parameter method. So whenever you are calling your method, so where you are calling your method? So object dot sum. So here we have to represent the parameter. So if you take the parameters here, so here we have to represent the parameter. So like this, in one method we can take the multiple parameters. So example, I am creating another method now. So public void, so area. So now inside area I am giving int a comma int b. So now how many parameters I have taken? Two parameters. In previous sum method, how many parameters? One parameter. Here I have taken one parameter, and here I am taking two parameters. So here normally I am printing. So system.out.println a. So next I am giving system.out.println b. So next, whenever I am calling the area method, so object dot area. So how many parameters you have to represent here? Two parameters you have to represent. But previous sum method you have taken only one parameter. So now how many parameters? Now two parameters. So like this, n number of parameters we can represent. So this method is an instance parameter method. So here how many parameters you represented? Only one parameter here you represented. But here how many parameters you represented? Two parameters we represented here. Here only one parameter. Here how many parameters? Two parameters. So like this, different examples we can take. So now I'm taking public void food. Food is my method name. So first I'm taking string name of the food, and next int rate of the food. So not only integer parameters, so we can take different data types as a parameter. So here what are the data types I'm taking? I'm taking the string as well as integer. So first I'm mentioning system.out.println, so name. So next I'm giving system.out.println, so rate. So whenever you are calling, so we have to call the both parameters. So object dot, what is my method name here? Food is my method name. So first I'm mentioning the name of the food. Yes. So next here I am mentioning the name of the food and rate of the food. So the name of the food is dosa and the rate of the food is 150. So now I am going to print the output. So if I going to print the output, what is the output came? So add came, next to 10 came, 20 came, 30 came. So next to dosa came and 150 came. So here up to now which type of the methods we seen? We seen only the instance method. So in instance we seen the both parameter method and non-parameter method. So first add is an non-parameter method. How we can tell non-parameter method? So inside these two brackets, if you are not representing anything, so that will become the non-parameter method. So inside these brackets, so if you are going to represent anything, so that is an parameter method. So in one method, so we can declare the multiple parameters and we can declare the multiple data types. So in one method, we can declare the multiple parameters and that multiple parameters we can represent in multiple data types. So that is a instance method. So up to now we seen the which method? Instance method. So now I hope everyone is clear with the instance method. So now we are going to see the static method. So now we are going to see the which method? Static method. So a small example I will tell you for static method. So what is that small example means? So first go to the notepad. So now here I am calling first class A. So inside a class A, so normally I am mentioning so public static void main. So next I am mentioning string array A or GS. So now we will see the difference between the instance method and static method. So what is the difference between the instance method and static method means? So first call instance method. So now I am giving add. So what is the add here? Instance method. Then how we can declare the static method means by using one keyword called static keyword. So if you use a static keyword, it will become the static method. So where we have to use the static keyword means, so public, after that static, so public static void. So next I am taking some same method add. So this is a static method. So this is a difference between the instance method and static method. So what is the difference between the instance method and static method? So if you are representing a static method, so particularly we have to use the keyword static. So what is the first point? So difference between instance and static. So first instance and next static. So first what is the instance method? So directly, so we can write instance method. So directly we can write an instance method. But static method, so how to write the static method? It should be followed by static keyword. So this is the first difference. So if you write one method directly, so it is called an instance method. But if you write a method by using a static keyword, so it should be followed by a static keyword. So that method is called the static method. So next, what is the next difference between the instance and static means? So whenever you are using the instance, so whenever you are using instance, so we have to create, object. So whenever you are using the instance method, so we have to create the object. For static method, so no need to create an object. So what is another difference between the instance and static? So whenever you are using the instance method, so definitely you have to create the object for the instance method. But whenever you are using a static method, so no need to create the object. So without creating the object, so how we can call the static method? So how we can call the static method? So with the help of the class name. So how we can call the static method? So with the help of class name. So with the help of the class name, we can call the static method. So with the help of the class name, we can call the static method. So instance method how we can call? With the help of the object. And static method how we can call? With the help of a class name. So now I will show you a small example. So what is a instance method and static method? So first, what is the difference between the instance and static? We'll see now. So first I am creating the class name with some x. So inside a class x, so what I'm doing, so first I'm going to create one instance method. So here I'm creating, so instance, so public void. So take add is only example. So this is a which method? Instance method. So here I'm giving hi. So how we can call the static method? So public static, so void. So next I'm giving sum. So now this is a which method? Static method. So now how we can call the instance method and static method? So always the instance method. So always instance means object. So whenever the word instance is there, so definitely you have to create the object. So whenever you are using the word static, so no object. So that is the first difference between the instance method and static method. So instance method. So now we'll try to create the object for the instance method. So what is a class name? So x is a class name. So x object equals to new x. So next object dot. So what is the instance method? Add is a instance method. So instance method I created with the help of the object. So what is the next method? Static method. So whenever you are using the static method, so no need to create the object. So listen carefully. So how we can create the instance method? With the help of the object. So how we can call the static method? With the help of class name. So write another point here. Static method should be called with the help of class name. So static method should be called with the help of the class name. So what is a class name here? So x is a class name. So directly x dot. So what is my method name? So sum is my method name. So now if I run the program, so both it will execute. So instance it will execute, static also it will execute. So instance it will execute, so static also it will execute. But instance how you called? With the help of the object. Then how you call the static? With the help of the class name. So this is the difference between the instance method and static method. So now I hope so everyone is clear with the instance method and static method. So I'm very sorry to tell you. So the video is able to record only for 10 minutes. So now first 10 minutes video I posted you on WhatsApp. So this is the next 10 minutes video. So you just follow with this video. So again I will take the another video on. I will send it to you. Okay. So now I hope everyone is clear with the instance and static. So what is the difference between the instance? So I hope everyone is clear with the instance method and static method. So instance method means what? So directly we can write the instance method. So then how we can write the static method? So it should be followed by a static keyword. So what is another difference between instance method? So we have to create with the help of the object. So then static method, so no need to create any object. So directly by using the help of class name, we can call the static method. So in example we seen. So what is the class name we created? So class name we created as a ex, and inside that first we return the instance method, and next we return the static method. So static method how we can called? So with the help of this static keyword. So then whenever you are calling this instance method and static method, so instance method we called with the help of the object. So then static method we called directly with the help of the class name. So next, what is another difference between the instance method and static method, and which cases we can use the instance method and which case we can use the static method? So instance method, so if you want to reuse the code, so instance method in which case we can use? So if you want to reuse the code, so if you want to reuse the code, so again and again, so if you want to reuse the code, so again and again, so we can go with instance method. We can go with which method? Instance method. So if you want to reuse the code, so again and again, so we can go with instance method. So then in which cases we can go for the static method? Means so only one time, so one time you are using that method, so only one time you are using that method, so we can go for the static method. So in which cases we can go for the static method? So only one time, so at least only one time you are using that method. So again and again you are not using that method, just one time you used and you thrown it out, so that is called the static method. So instance method means what? So we can reuse it again and again. So take for example use and throw. So use and throw cups we are using. So what is the use of the use and throw cups? Only one time we are using, next time we are not using. But normal cups, whenever steel cups like that, so we are reusing again and again. So that is the difference between the instance and static. So only one time we are using that particular method, so we can go for the static. So if you are reusing that method again and again, so that is called the instance method. So this is the main difference between the instance and static. So in which cases we can go for the instance? So if you want to reuse that method again and again, so we can go for the instance method. So if you are using only one time that method, so we can go for the static method. So that is the difference between the instance and static. So in our further classes, so mainly we are using the instance methods only. So at that time, so you will get clear. So we can how we are using the instance method again and again. Okay. So now I hope everyone is clear with this instance and static. So now one diagram I told. So we see in instance parameter and non-parameter. So now we'll see static parameter and non-parameter. One small example for static parameter and non-parameter we'll see now. So again I am creating another class. So inside this class, so now we will work with the static method. So B. So I'm taking the class B. So now I'm taking so public static void. So public static void. So now I'm taking my method name is food. So now inside the food I'm giving, so rate of the food is just 100. So simply, just simple example I'm showing to you. So now this is a which method? So this is static non-parameter. So this is a static non-parameter method. So static method means how we can call? So directly by using the class name. So directly by using the class name means what? So b dot food. So next again I am creating another method. So public void. So before that what I am using the keyword? Static. So if you use a static keyword, it will become the static method. So public static void. So now I am taking another method like school. So inside the school, now I am representing the parameter. So what I am taking parameter. So this is a which method? Static parameter method. So here directly I am mentioning the name. So how many parameters I have taken here? Only one single parameter. So whenever I am calling, so b dot, so what is my method name? School. So school is my method name. So here I am just mentioning the school name. So this is a static parameter and non-parameter method. So previous first example what we seen? Instance parameter, non-parameter we seen. So next what we seen? So what is the difference? What is the main difference between the instance method and static method? So what is the main difference between instance and static? So instance we can call with the help of the object, and static no need to call object. So directly by using the class name we can call the static method. So here directly I am using the class name. So in which cases we can go for the static method? So only one time you are calling that method, so we can go for the static representation. So if we are using again and again that method, so we can go for the instance method. So now I am telling the perfectly the difference between the instance and static method. So I am writing here. So this is a static parameter method. So this is a static parameter method. So now you got the difference between the static method and instance method. So now what we will see now means, so just one class we will take. So now we will mix both instance methods and static methods. So take one new class. So take one new class. So first I am taking my class name. For example, student. So I am taking my class name is student. So in this student class, so now we will merge both instance method, static method, instance parameter method, static parameter method. So all the methods will mix and we'll do one example now. So first I'm writing public void. So next public void. So what student is having? So ID. So I'm taking ID. So now I'm mentioning, so int ID of the student is 101. So next system.out.println ID. So this is a which method? Instance non-parameter method. So next I'm taking instance parameter method. So string public void. So name of the student. So name of the student I am taking as a parameter. So now system.out.println, so name. So first I am creating object for the student. So student s equals to new student. So now I am giving s dot. So first ID of the student. So next s dot name of the student. So now I called both instance parameter and non-parameter method. So now in this example, first I have taken the instance parameter and non-parameter. But in the same class, so now we are going to see static also. So in this example, so now we continued with, so we see an instance parameter and non-parameter. So in the same class, so now we are going to see the difference. Next, static. So now here I am mentioning, so public static, so void. So next, what are the remaining ID we have given, name we have given. So now I am mentioning area. So here just I am mentioning string, so area equals to, for example, I am giving Velachery. So next I am giving system.out.println area. So first two is which methods? Instance methods. So next is a static method. So next I am declaring public static, so void. So area is completed. So next I am giving vehicle. So next what I am giving, string, so type of the vehicle. So next I am giving system.out.println, so type of the vehicle. So now in one single class I am declaring instance method as well as static methods. But instance methods, what I am doing here, so I am creating object, but static method I no need to create the object. So directly by using class name. So what is a class name? Student. So student dot area. So area is a first static method. So next I am mentioning student dot vehicle. Student dot vehicle. So now I am using type of the vehicle is car I am using. So now once if you execute this program, so once if you execute this program, so all the method outputs it will execute. So but here what are all the instance method? First two are the instance methods. So next two are the static methods. So this is a difference between the instance methods and static methods. So now I hope everyone is clear with this instance and static method. So now I hope everyone is clear with the instance and static method. So whenever you are seeing the video, so wherever you will get the doubt, so just note down the doubt and you can ask me in that Skype session. Okay. So now next we will see return types of the method. So what is the return types of the methods we seen? So one is a void, another one is a return. So what we seen, one is a void, another one is a return. So up to now all the examples we used only the void keyword. So now we will go with the return keyword. So what is the use of this return keyword? So before going to see the return keyword, so I have to explain you one small example. So what is that example? So now we'll see that example. So first I'm mentioning return. So just its name of the class. So now come to the program. So in this program, so first we'll see the difference between the void and return. So now write one method. I'm taking one method. So public void food. So food. What is the method name I have taken? Food. So here I am taking string name of the food. So what I have given? So name of the food. So next I have given int rate of the food. So rate I am giving so 100 rupees. So next I am using, so here double. So double. So quantity. So quantity I am taking. So 10.5 quantity I am taking. So now I am going to execute three of them. So first I am executing the name. So if I want to print everything in a single line, so just we can use this concatenation operator. So now everything it will print in a single line. So now if I run this program, So what is the output? So 1 minute. So still it is running, Eclipse is running. So I think some error. Okay. Yeah, sorry. I didn't created an object for this, so very sorry. So I'm just creating return. So R equals to new return. So now R dot, I'm calling the food. So now what is the output came? So it is executed idli, it is executed 100 rupees and it is executed 10.5. So now first I'm mentioning my return type is a void. So here now we are seeing the difference between the void and return keyword. So once if you mention your return type as a void, so internally it will accept each and every data type. So once if you mention your return type as a void, so once if you mention your return type as a void, so it will accepts all the data types. So it will accept all the data types. So then we'll go and see the return. So once if you are using the return, so it will accept only one particular data type. So void means it will accept each and every data type, but return means it will accept only one particular data type. So if I mention my return type is a integer, so internally I can mention only integer values. Internally I can mention only which values? Integer values, and at the end only we have to use this return. So at the end only we have to use the return A. So that's all. So void means internally it will accept each and every data type, but return means it will returns only one particular data type value. If I take my method is an integer, internally it will accept only integer values. So here if you try to enter the double values, so what will happen? So now if I try to enter the double values and I am using return D, so immediately it will throw the error. So what is the error it is showing? Cannot convert from double to integer. Why? Because my method return type is only integer. So this is the difference between the void and return. So void means what? Internally we can access any type of data type, but return means it will returns only one particular data type value. So return means what? It will returns only one particular data type values. And one more main thing we have to observe. So after return, we should not use system.out.println. So after return, so you should not use system.out.println. So where you can use the system.out.println means at the end we have to use. So now r dot add. So now if I execute my program, so it will execute the output as a 10. So this is the difference between the void and return. So I hope you will get some small confusion in this return and void. So one more time I am telling, listen perfectly. So void means internally it will accept every data type. String we can represent, integer we can represent, double we can represent. But integer means what? It will returns only one particular data type value. So if you take integer, it will returns only integer values. If you take float, it will returns only the float data type values. Okay. So I hope you are clear now.